Welcome to another installment of a segment where we dive into one of Elder Scrolls Online's many sets and explore what sort of builds you can make. Not only will we show you how to get the most from these sets, but we'll explain where to get them, what requirements there are to obtain them if any, and everything else you could possibly want to know about them. In this article we will take a look at the Frozen Watcher set that deals frost damage and has a chance to inflict the chilled status upon blocking. This set was added with the Wrathstone DLC, which launches in February 2019 on PC and March on consoles. This DLC features new sets and 2 new dungeons for players to take on, Frost Vault and Depths of Malatar. Frozen Watcher drops from Depths of Malatar. Weapons and jewelry only drop from the last boss or chests. This heavy armor set comes in Meridian motif style, which is currently not obtainable, but is expected to be added to the game in June. Weapon and armor traits are random, meaning you're likely going to have to farm pieces for different traits. This is a heavy set, so enchantments on armor and weapon pieces are max health and absorb health. Jewelry comes with the healthy trait and health recovery enchantments. Keep in mind that you can use transmutation to change traits if you wish, however the Somerset expansion is needed to change traits on jewelry, along with 50 transmute crystals. Frozen Watcher increases stamina by 2,192 and health by 1,206 with 4 legendary pieces equipped. The 5-piece bonus summons a blizzard around the player when blocking. The blizzard deals frost damage and has a 15% chance to inflict the chilled status effect, which puts minor maim on enemies. Reducing your block cost. If you're a player focusing primarily on PvE, the first thing you're going to want to do when using Frozen Watcher is reduce your block cost, since you will need to block a lot in order to make full use of this set. The cost of blocking is 1,730 stamina every 0.25 seconds currently, assuming you are being hit, and you will need to reduce that number significantly or you will not be able to block more than a couple of seconds tops. Luckily, there are many ways to do this. For PvE tanks, you'll want to have the sturdy trait on just about every piece of armor you can, and since this set is crafted, that will be extremely easy to do. PvP players will want perhaps some impenetrable, but sturdy is still a great choice, since they will need to block often to get the best use of this set. Secondly, PvE and PvP players will want to invest heavily into the Shadow Ward star of the Shadow Champion tree. There is no hard and fast rule here as to just how many you need to invest, but it is not difficult to get minus 20% block cost reduction from this star. Players will also want to have the passive skill Fortress in the one-handed and shield skill line, since maxing this out will reduce your block cost by 36% when you have a shield equipped. Finally, and most importantly, players should put Glyph of Shielding on your jewelry. If you play around with blocking at all, you'll find there is no way to make it sustainable without them. You don't need to put them on all your jewelry, but at least 1 or 2. It isn't necessary to go for a perma-blocking build, but you will need to reduce block cost significantly for this build to work. Blocking effectiveness was nerfed with the Dragon Bones DLC, and with all factors affecting block cost maximized, it will cost around 250 stamina more per block after the patch, which is quite a significant increase. What you need to know about this set. How this set works is whenever a block is being held, there will be a blizzard around you that damages and has a chance of inflicting enemies with the chilled status effect. There is no cooldown for the blizzard, and whenever a block is held, it is active. When block is down, the blizzard stops immediately. Note that this set cannot proc the Ice Furnace set. Tooltip damage can be increased to around 1400 at maximum level with 100 points in Master at Arms and Elemental Expert Champion skills. Blizzard damage cannot crit because it comes from the set, but the damage is done every second, and every tick has a 15% chance to put the chilled status effect. The chilled effect puts minor maim on enemies, reducing their damage done by 15%. The minor maim from chilled lasts for 4 seconds. Notes for PvE players. This set makes the most sense for tanks because they are the ones who will be blocking constantly. It does everything a tank could want regardless of class choice by increasing stamina, health, and the chance to put minor maim, which reduces enemy damage. The problem is that the chilled effect has only a 15% chance to occur, making it quite unreliable. However, the blizzard can affect many enemies at once, so if you're lucky, you can have minor maim on all of them at the same time. Although minor maim sounds great, it can be put on enemies by other means without relying on RNG. Low Slash, for example, can be used by any tank and it puts minor maim for 12 seconds. This is significantly higher than the 4 seconds from Frozen Watcher, and it has a 100% chance to be applied to the enemy. The trade-off is that it uses quite a bit of stamina, so you'll have to gauge which is more important. Nightblade and Dragonite tanks already have alternatives for applying minor maim besides Low Slash. Choking Talons from Dragonite applies it for 7 seconds without RNG, but it does require a lot of magicka, so spamming it is not possible. Nightblades have 2 ways to apply minor maim, Mass Hysteria and Summon Shade. Mass Hysteria has a high magicka cost, but Summon Shade has a very acceptable one. The point is that there are plenty of ways to apply minor maim with the upside of no RNG, and the downside of costing magicka, at least for these 2 classes. There are ways to build upon this set by maximizing Maime's effectiveness if you want to go down that road. The best thing to do is to combine Minor Maim from the Chilled status effect with Major Maim, and we can do that in a couple of ways. The Vicosa Monster Helm set, by taunting an enemy you put Major Maim that lasts for 3 seconds. Templar, by using Nova, you put Major Maim on the group of enemies affected by it. Warden, Frozen Device ability, puts Major Maim on enemies. To make this even more powerful, we can combine the Infuse trait with the Glyph of Weakness to reduce weapon damage from enemies even further. There are also some sets that work nicely with the Frozen Watcher. Tanks have to hold block most of the time anyway, which is even more emphasized with this set. So good sets in combination with Frozen Watcher would be the ones that get benefits from blocking, like the following. Battalion Defender. With successful blocking, you heal yourself or nearby allies depending on who has the lowest health at the time. Crest of Cyrodiil. Heal yourself for a big amount upon successful block. Meridia's Blessed Armor. 33% chance to blind attack upon successful block, making enemy miss constantly. Notes for PvP players. Frozen Watcher's stats are great for PvP because of the added stamina. It helps with breaking free for all types of builds and roles, since there is a huge emphasis on crowd controlling abilities in SO PvP. The 5-piece bonus damage is irrelevant here because it is being reduced by half, making it too low to have much of an impact. The Chilled effect, however, is great if it procs, especially the way Blizzard works. By holding block, you can walk as a tank into a group of players, maiming some of them, which is very helpful in Cyrodiil when pushing and defending. Holding block all the time in PvP is a problem, however, even with so much added stamina. Resource management is key in PvP, and if you can use block efficiently, this set will really shine. Consider pairing this set with others that help with this issue, such as Trappings of Invigoration, Stonekeeper, or Symphony of Blades. These are all great choices. Frozen Watcher is a tanking set with upsides but also some downsides. It has stats every tank would want, and it has a 15% chance to apply Minor Maim to enemies around you in a decent AoE. It does not cost Magicka, and it does not take up an ability slot, which gives you more possible options in skill choice. However, it is only a 15% chance, and it lasts for 4 seconds, which is significantly lower than Low Slash, whose Minor Maim lasts for 12. So it's better to just use Low Slash on bosses than hoping for a short Minor Maim duration. The damage, while nice in PvE, is next to useless in PvP. I see this set being used in PvP more than PvE, and in PvE there are better alternatives as to how to apply Minor Maim. However, Sorcerer, Warden, and Templar tanks are classes I can see the set being used on in PvE because they have to rely only on Low Slash to apply Minor Maim, unless they use the Throvokin set. Overall, this is a mediocre set for PvE that is good only in some situations and for some classes. For PvP, it is a good set that can be used to great effect when fighting large groups of enemies. Stay tuned as I'll be covering more SO sets, and be sure to check out our Wrathstone breakdown article as well as the future of SO.